is awesome sauce. That's awesome. I'm
Thank
glad. I'm
you.
glad we have fans. Oh, there it is. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marketing Minute. I'm Jess.
And I'm Julie. Together, we're socially inclined. Bringing you the best.
Yep. All right. So today we're talking about 12 ways ChatGPT can help you with your social media marketing. And since it is 12 ways, you can probably guess that we're not going to stop and smell the roses too much. We're going to go over, kind of the 12 ways and how they can help. And there will be some forthcoming content, maybe demos, maybe YouTube videos, maybe products that you can buy in our new store, like little short actionable trainings, or maybe something that we do in a later marketing class to kind of flesh out exactly how
Yes.
to use
So if
things.
you want, because there's 12 of them here, if you want to know more, drop in the chat just, hey, I'd like to see more on this one. And then we will, we could have, since there's 12 of them, we could have just made a 12-week series, but that's probably a little much. So
Yeah,
anyway,
as
but we
much
won't.
as we love ChatGPT, a 12-week series is pretty pretty long.
Yeah.
So
All right. So, and some of these are going to be short and some of them are going to be long. I'm going to jump right in. First, ChatGPT, if you're not familiar, Google has a version called Bard. And so I've been an early adopter since it very first came out in November. Power user Pro, which is only $20. User, you do not have to get Pro. It works great without it. But it is just the shortcut. You can dump anything that's in your mind quickly, ask it to rewrite it in a certain way. Like there's so many uses for ChatGPT, but today we're talking about how to use it in social media marketing, which is obviously what we do. So the first one is let it pinpoint the best performing social platforms for your niche. All right. So we all know that pretty much Facebook and Instagram are great for everyone. All right. So it's of course going to probably come up, there. But with ChatGPT, we talked about last week or the week before, the more you feed it about what you do and, your products, services, whatever it is, the better output you'll get. So if you really feed in what it is that you do and then ask it what platforms you should be advertising on, it will give you those. So if you're something that's product based, maybe Pinterest might be, one of the ones that comes out. So if you blog, definitely Pinterest should be. But so some of the information that you need on this would be your niche, your target audience, like who is it that you're trying to sell to, or that you do sell to, and you're trying to get more of them. What are their interests? What if your primary competitors would be something, because even though we've covered this in the past, that ChatGPT doesn't access the internet, it's not up to date at this point, but it still has plenty of information to be able to use those things, especially if it's a bigger competitor. It's going to have been fed that in. So go ahead and list those. Like for us, for Socially Sweet, it'd be like Buffer.
Hootsuite,
Yeah. So like big
that's
boys that everyone knows about. So think about those.
Sprout Social.
Yeah.
Blech, blech.
Uh, your campaign objectives or goals and your budget, basically, like if you were going to use paid ads, because it will suggest, we've got a little tip for that later, but um, feed those things in and it's going to run a little calculation and sort of give you the output, and it will help you. Some people don't have the bandwidth to do more than you're doing right now, but it will definitely put you where you can be in a planning phase and figure out small steps to do those. And a little pro tip on this too is um, after whatever the first one is, whatever it is that it suggests, you could say, um, give me an execution plan to enact this. And it will give you some little steps on how to do it.
For sure. And something that I didn't know until I started this teaching with Julie, I learned it from Julie, I think in like the first or the second chat GPT training, is that it was originally meant to be a search engine, not
Right.
really a content writer. So that's why we put number one there, because it's probably one of the first most fundamental things you can do.
Right.
Like
And
me
it's
do. Oh,
and it was created in 2015, and it has been adapted to so many different things. So like I have seen, oh, I'll wait for this because it's one of the things. Sorry. Anyway,
so
we'll
so
wait.
number two, right? It's
Yep.
coming. You figured out where you're going to be. You fed it some information. And by the way, if you need to know how to set up a chat GPT thread and teach it what you need to know so it'll write things for you, make sure you go back and watch that particular training for those of you who might have missed it. It will tell you what type of content to post, and not just like, oh, post a video, but it will give you specific ideas that are tailored to your niche. So, for example, a prompt that you could use is something like, when it comes to content types, my niche is XYZ. What kind of content should I create for? And you can even do it by platform. It will return a list for platform if you're looking for something specifically that my ideal client would like to engage with the most. And it will reply back with things that your ideal client would like to see. So if your niche is internet marketing, it would be like educational posts with tips and tricks for, 101 for newbies to learn about internet marketing, where they can come into your sphere and get the goodness. Of course, like probably return things like blog posts or ideas about infographics and resources that are really going to help someone who is in need of internet marketing guidance and things like that. It will return pretty much as many as you put in. And if you only get 3 or 4 and you want 10 or 12, you just keep asking it for more.
Exactly. The good old continue.
Exactly. But detailed information, that's where I was always really surprised. I am not an early adapter. I feel like I'm an old fogey when it comes to technology. I resist it like water and oil. But Julie just keeps poking at me. So finally, when she told me to do this, man, I was just really blown away at just how many details. And we use this not just for marketing for socially inclined and grit, grind, and grace and socially sweet, but we use it for other customers too when content ideas are hard to come by, like industrial coding.
Right.
Bankruptcy attorneys and things like that. It really, really will help you no matter what niche you're in. Jen says, I told ChatGPT to write a social media post using my www.com website. It came out with great info. It was the start of my chat, so it has my website and product descriptions, etc. Exactly. Isn't that crazy how easy that is?
Yep. And I don't remember if it was last week, but so a prior chat GPT is like, we really honed in on like starting a thread with
Mm-hmm.
your information in your business and learning those things. Feed it as much information as possible and it will continue. And I want to say, Savita, I saw a post that, oh, where did it go? Basically, she saw an ad on Wall Pilates and she uh, put it in chat and it recreated one with a meal plan for it. Like, that's
Yeah.
pretty spectacular. So, and
Whew.
so we have people, it's like, why would you teach on this when you do this? Because, and also the people that are like, want this replace like whatever someone else's job. No, because you have to put the information in. You have to have the brain power
Mhm.
to run it. All right. So we use it for other clients, but we're also, used, put in the information and their backstory and all the things to really get a good output. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, one little caveat is that you really need to check, when it's your own product, you know enough about it, but you need to check, like, if it produces stats or if it produces dates, those kinds of things, you just need to check them because sometimes it's a spinning sort of syntax, so it might spin something for you. All right, so the
Number
next
3.
number 3, develop a social calendar for you. And in this, I don't mean like a what to post calendar. So like your social plan, like day by day, I'm talking about like the best times to post. Sort of a posting schedule. We'll call it that, a posting schedule for you. So it's got plenty of data that would suggest, based on your target market, when they would be live and able to consume your content. So if you're a socially sweet user, our dashboard automatically does that. We've got optimal times. But if you're not, you don't know when your customer is going to be online and consuming. The best practice is to post when they're there. So as soon as the post goes out, they're able to see it and engage on it, and that signals to the algorithm. So this one is really, really important. You're going to be able to find this from your stats, on Facebook and Instagram or whatever. But to get this started, use chat. Ask chat, for Pinterest, with my target market, what's the best times to post? Okay, you can get a little more specific than that, and it'll come out and it'll give you a game plan. Try that game plan and see what happens. Okay, and then you can use the stats from that. But again, you can do it. Every network is different as to when people are on. Okay.
Awesome. Number 4. So this is kind of the roadmap. I love it, but ChatGPT will actually map out content for you. Number 2, I guess I kind of talked about how to get it to do ideas. But if you need, and one of my favorite things to do with ChatGPT, because we have obviously no shortage of ideas most of the time, what we lack usually is that last 25% of like details and things to kind of fill things out. And that's where ChatGPT can really help with your social media posts, your social media content, or even maybe campaigns. So you could take a prompt like, I'm going to be creating this post, and maybe it's a Sunday Fun Day post, and you give it the title and you tell it the intention. Like, okay, this is going to be about the basics of affiliate marketing, and I want it to be educational with tips and advice on how to get started. Tell me what tips it should include or what advice I should discuss, and it will map it out for you. That's what we mean by mapping out your social media content. And then the beautiful thing about that is then you can take that map and get it to actually create it for you. I want you, so you'll use prompts that are more directed to it. And this is going to be really fun because I'm about to get back in the podcast studio. So this is all going to be forthcoming in a podcast as well. And I think we're going to do some YouTube training videos on it as well. But you would put something, the prompt, if you wanted it to create it versus fill it out for you, would be more like, I want you to act as a professional in the niche. And I want you to create the XYZ post titled, ta-da, and tell it what your intention is. And then it will return an actual post with verbiage that is post. So instead of ideas, it would be like, hey, everyone, today we're going to talk about XYZ, affiliate marketing, social media content creation, how to use ChatGPT for marketing, XYZ. And that's how it can kind of bring it from concept. Maybe it's hard to get out, which, man, we know what that's like because the bandwidth is probably small for just about every small business owner that is watching right now. But lots of details we could go into. And then you can ask it, one of my favorite things is then you can take that core piece of content and get it to rewrite it for a platform. And it will actually rewrite it using verbiage that's popular on that particular platform.
Exactly. All
How was
right.
that? Sorry. I was
Oh,
in
great.
podcast mode and I realized, oh my God, I'm talking my head off, but Julie's here.
I'm here. Yep. All right. What are we on? 5? Yes. You can use it. So this is so important. Use it. I know. I got it. Sorry,
You
Jen.
ready? She's going to say it. Jen, nothing's changed. Get ready. You've heard this
I'm
before.
not saying it yet. I'm going to say what the title. All right. You can optimize your social media presence with it. Okay. So we've done take actions on these I'm not saying it yet. How important it is to optimize your profiles because you're trying to attract your perfect people.
Because why, Julie? Because
You
why?
say it, Jess.
Because people do business with people, not logos on a pretty Facebook page.
Exactly. I listened to her podcast, the latest one, and then she dropped as Julie would say, people do business with people. And I was like, yay.
I believe my
Anyway,
exact words. The world famous Julie Herndon would say, people do business with people.
I was leaving that part out. But yes. All right. So I'm going to try to unpack this really quick. So, your social profiles, they're like a mini website, right? So, people have found you from a comment, they found you wherever, and they click on your profile or they click on your page. What should they see? They need to see something that's optimized that says exactly what you do. So, remember in this chat thread that you've got going, you've told it all about what it is and what you do. And now you can use it to either you can plug in what your existing, say, bio is and say rewrite it for whatever. Or, oh, we lost Jess, I think.
No,
Oh
I'm
no,
here.
she changed. Okay, sorry.
I just put it in
I
where
had
they
you
can see
split
our
screen
face.
and I'm like, all right.
Sorry.
That's all right. So utilize this because you've already spent the time putting everything in to come up with the perfect bio that will attract. Remember, we're trying to attract those perfect people. When you've got people that are not a good fit, that are your followers, they are only hurting your engagement score. Okay. So you want to attract the perfect people. So ChatGPT can get you there. Also, it can help you with, we did this I don't know when we did this, but we've done the hashtags. So on your profiles, having hashtags in your profiles also helps to attract your perfect people. So you're going to want to, have that. You can have it write the perfect CTA for a product or your service as a whole. All right. So there's lots of ways that you can use it to optimize your social presence. I mean, lots of ways. That could be a whole
Yeah, man.
training.
I
But
was
that's
just
the
thinking about all the applications for that. Man.
all right.
Speaking, am I ready to go?
You are.
Speaking of a really broad application, but also super valuable application, advertising. And advertising sounds scary. It really does. But think about it more like a post that you know you're going to want to boost. So maybe just a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad. But ChatGPT can literally be like, if you were a big company and you had a person that you went to, is like, hey, create me some marketing copy for our new socially inclined store. Get socially inclined. It's going to have this, 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 and this in it. Come back in an hour with what you got. The good thing is ChatGPT can actually do that for you in just a few seconds. Actually, can I just like ruin the magic, Julie, and tell everyone that I actually used it for that last week. We've already had overwhelming positive response to our new store, getsociallyinclined.com. Spoiler alert, I used ChatGPT to help me write a few ads for that have been working really well. Not only that, but I also used it to help me write some of the copy on the page that is converting well as well. And I don't see Julie's face. I hope she's not going, but
It's good. The
it's only,
power. Yeah.
I mean, we would not be where we are, or we would not be able to do the things that we do as a two-person team without leveraging really smart tools. And I feel like it's our job as good stewards in the marketing field who really care about small business owners to teach you everything we can to make it easier and more effective for you. So You can use ChatGPT to be your advertising assistant. What would that look like? We're getting really long, so I'm going to try and be real quick. But let's say you have an ebook called A Dummy's Guide to Internet Marketing. And you want to create some kind of campaign for that. So you go into ChatGPT and you need to tell it what it needs to know. You can go back and watch the replay if you want of the last one on how to set it up. But basically, you want to give it a title, you want to give it a goal, who your target audience is, and what kind of ad format you're looking at, and any other information like
you could summarize the book.
Yeah, or a summary of the book.
Mm-hmm.
You can put your website in the way Jen was talking about, and any brand messaging. So then you ask it to create an ad, or you ask it to create the header text for the website that's going to capture attention. And it will write those things for you. It's wild. It's like truly, truly wild. Go forth and do it. Next.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, for sure. Just try it. You'll be so surprised. Yeah. All right. So this next one is thinking about your competitors. So
recon.
Yep, recon on your competitors. Now, remember that I said ChatGPT at this time is not like super up to date. So Bard you can use as well. There's others that are out there, but it will. So like for us, it would give us a ton of information about Hootsuite, Sprout Social, like all of the social media dashboards that are out there. They all have fantastic websites that have been fed in. So we can learn a lot about our competitors. And basically you're going to want to know like what they're doing and how you can do it better. So it can analyze their posts, it can analyze their presence, it can analyze whatever. And then, of course, you don't want to use it and just copy what they're doing. You want to do something that's above and beyond, obviously. You want to do something to stand out, to make yourself different from your competitors and you can still capture their same market. But when you have set that thread up correctly with who you're trying to attract, when your messaging is on point, so you take the messaging that they've used or whatever, and then you're going to turn it to exactly what fits your brand. So our brand is way different than Buffer or Hootsuite and any of those big guys, way different. So how can we utilize their content or their strategy to, carve ourselves out our own little niche? So,
and that's not a rhetorical question. You should ask ChatGPT that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Like you speak.
That
So
was a prompt.
the biggest thing that Jessica had, well, sort of I feel like was sort of an aha. And a lot of people, the aha, is that you just speak to it like it's a person. Like really, you can just, you don't have to really try to get it in a great format. Just say, I'm trying to do this, and these are the things I know about it, and whatever. And how can I do this?
Boom, like, amazing.
Literally, just pretend like it's a person, and then just ask it.
Man, all right. The next one's great, and it's exceptionally great because it's the thing that I feel like will fall to the back burner the quickest. We all want to run a contest. We all want to get more user-generated content, but the bandwidth is never there. ChatGPT can actually help you with that as well in a way that you need it the most, and that is the setup, right? Or ideas and the setup. So you can ask it for ideas just like that. So let's say you want to run a contest. Well, here's the prompt. Here's the prompt that you could use, right? I want to run a user-generated contest, which if you don't know what UGC is, go listen to my podcast. I think it was the second one in season 2. But you want to run a user-generated content contest for your Internet Marketing for Dummies course. Tell me what the contest should be. Write it for me, give me some ideas, and include a prize, right? That makes sense. You feed that in, and it will give you a contest theme, the title. So, like, show us your marketing story, an objective, like encourage your followers to share their marketing journey or success story. It'll include lessons that they learned on internet marketing from you. And then the best part is, and this is the part where I think I'd sit down and be like, ugh, if I had to write it, it'll write the rules, how to enter, what prizes they get, and things like that. And the crazy thing is, all stupid relevant, like super, super relevant. So give that a try. That's one of those where it may seem a little advanced, but again, just tell it what you're trying to do and what you want to do with it. And it might actually blow you away.
Exactly. And shameless plug. Once you've used that, something that hasn't been, that we haven't put out yet, it's there and live for you to use. It's getting an overhaul, but is our campaigns inside Socially Sweet. And you can run those contests, user generated content right from the dashboard. There's a video coming out soon that it shows you how to exactly take the steps to do that. So, all just like the AI writer is in Socially Sweet, so is a whole campaigns module. So, all right, next. All right. So once you've put in, whether it's a post or whatever, let's use a post as an example. We're going to generate some supplemental content to that. All right. And multimedia supplemental content. So let's say you have I don't know, whatever, a post on whatever. You can ask it things like, can you suggest a graphic? Or let's say it's a blog or a post. It doesn't matter. Can you suggest a graphic that will go along with that? Or can you suggest turn this into a reel? I would say that's multimedia because it's video. Yes. Give me a video script for YouTube. Or give me a video script for a 60-second reel. And it will literally spit one out with the woman enters the room sipping coffee or whatever. Like, it will map those things out. So think outside the box, ask it for some specific, images, like what to pair with it, how to further repurpose that content. All right, you
For
go.
sure. Nice. Okay, so another thing ChatGPT can help you with, and this one is one of those where if you can use Bard, you might want to because it has more up-to-date information. But you can ask it to like identify social influencers who might be interested in helping pitch you. Does that make sense? It's
Yep.
kind of
let me jump in really quick. So we work with influencers that get paid. They have a huge following. They get paid to advertise your product. So this is a way that you can identify the perfect match. Sorry, Jess. The perfect match. You can just go the perfect match that will fit your brand. All right, now go. I'm sorry.
Exactly. And you just talk to it like a person. Like, I need to work with an influencer on whatever platform who teaches people how to make money online, or on a certain topic, or who's making the most money on Etsy. Like, there's all kinds of things that you can ask it. Because remember, it started out as a search engine. So ask it and it will tell you. And then you could even from there, okay, I like this person. Give me an idea of how to pitch them and things like that. So really crazy stuff.
Really crazy stuff. All right. I'm so glad this fell where I got this one because this is what I was trying to sort of give off at the beginning. So you can get chat to help with customer service inquiries. All right. So there's a couple different ways to do this. So first and foremost, I have a different software that we use that's a chat robot that delivers our free our free oh, help me, Jessica. The free content, the free calendar, whatever, the free posts that you get. So it's like ManyChat. It is ManyChat, but I have a different one that we use as well. What they have done is literally fed into it like we showed last week, every single thing that they can think about their software, about every question, every answer, they fed into it, everything. And now they are using it as a chatbot to answer in real time because all of the answers are there. It's such an amazing, amazing thing. This is sort of high level for you if you're not like a software person or whatever, but it can be boiled down and used still. So if someone asks you a certain question and you just don't know the answer, like it's sort of in your, you know how you get those questions and it sort of pertains to what you do but not exactly. So go ask chat and it will give you the answer and then you can feed it to the customer. All right, so two different things here. You can use it as the chat bot itself, and then you can use to fact find for answers that you don't know.
For sure. Wait, I got a question in the chat. So Jen was like, "Can you guys make a list of helpful prompts for us to ask chat?" Yes, absolutely. We are curating that list probably as we're going through this. But it is our intention. We're going to put up there will be a product in our new store, but everything inside that product will be available for free to Success Club members because we're going to curate this training into something over there. So you will find it in Success Club at some point, and I will be emailing you guys with an announcement when it's available.
Exactly. Yay, Success Club.
Yep.
All right.
You don't have the vocab to know what to ask. Yeah, I get it.
Right.
I've been watching Julie long enough to where I finally feel a little confident, at doing it. So
yep, you can literally, I mean, just the more you play with it, the more you'll realize what can be done with it. And that's why I wanted to bring you these 12 things, because so it's just thinking outside the box of things that it can help you to do, right? Instead of just having to really put so much brain power into it, you can ask it what its thoughts are to do a certain thing. So just start thinking.
Julie, you take number 12 there because you're much more into the social listening and the analytics than I am.
Okay. Yep. All right. So you can use it for social listening, for analytics, to gather information, to market opportunities. Like it, again, Bard is going to be one that's more up to date. It is free as well. It is the Google version. You just need to Google it, Bard, and you can play with it as well. At this time, I do not find it searches the search engines. So does Jasper as well. We still have our affiliate. We still use Jasper. I still pay for Jasper. And it's a hybrid of ChatGPT and live Google information. So it would be more perfect for this. ChatGPT is going to be old things, but social listening is listening for up to minute things. You can set up Google RSS feeds. Were some of the old ways, like you get notifications when somebody tags you, that's what we're talking about, or when someone comments. It's ways to listen to influences in your niche, or I would say just your competitors, like what they're having to say. There's nothing worse than, your competitors just like one-upping you on something that, you've known about and you just haven't gotten it out there or whatever. So kind of keep a pulse on what they're doing through. And I would say in this case, Bard is going to be the better, but we didn't want to leave it off just because, it is a way. And ChatGPT is, I believe, coming to where it will be searching live content. There's a lot of things going on with chat right now and privacy and things like that. So I think that's why they're holding for now. But check out Bard for that and just go, like, you can listen for yourself, like things that have come up, right? So there's other listening tools out there. I used to use one. I can't think of the name of it right now. I'm the tech person. I'm the user of all software. That's what my podcast needs to be, reviews on other people's software.
the user of all softwares. Okay, so we'll wrap up, but I just want to take this Ty. Ty, is that what, or Tay? Ty.
Ty.
Thank you. All
Kika.
right. She says, I love this because I've got a little feedback on this. My basic prompt is create a Facebook business post for creating a mixture for Cincy bakery scent clementine cupcake. Will it be useful to use this for creating a bio for Google My Business? 1000%.
Yes.
Your girl created our bio for Google My Business using ChatGPT. Now, there is a caveat to that because I had fed it a lot, right? We fed it. You got to feed your chat.
Right.
It's like an animal.
Remember
You
the
gotta take care of it.
Well, my son used to have the pet thing. It was like the little, I forgot what it was
It's like
called.
a Furby.
No, this was a little thing, and if you didn't feed it, it
Oh,
would
no,
die.
no.
It was like
I
the little
remember.
keychain thing. I
Yes,
forget what
I
it is.
remember. I had one of those too. I remember going through the KFC drive-through feeding my Pocket Pal. Is that what
Yeah,
it's
something
called?
like, yeah, exactly. All right, so if y'all are all too old, and Jessica, yeah, so I'm only because I'm the mom of the one. But anyway, yes, so feeding your chat with
Yeah.
much pertinent information.
Yep. So just make sure you set it up right. Give it some good information so it can give you some good stuff. Go back, Ty, and watch that setup thread because it will. Tamagotchi. Yep. It was something like that. You're right.
Yes.
The basic prompt: create a Facebook business post for creating a mixture for Cincy Bakery scent clementine cupcake. So yes, that's okay, but you could even go a step further and say like, my ideal client is insert information, and I serve them with insert information, and I would like to create a Facebook post. Write the copy for the following Facebook post titled a mixture for Cincy Bakery scent clementine cupcake. And you will probably get something that sounds more human out of that.
Exactly.
More
And
detailed, more
your bio,
persuasive.
yeah, and for using it for your bio, obviously that's a short thing that explains exactly what you do. I saw a thing. The more we can stand out above the other people and be really creative. So if you can get chat to shine your personality, because people do business with people. If you can have your personality in your bio as well, I already said it. But I'm gonna say it again. Then that is a win. Like you are trying to stand out from a sea of other people, sensing
Mhm.
people, right? Anyway, yeah. So yes, you can totally do it, but it's going to be very, I am, whatever, and who you are, who you serve, whatever, still goes into play for your bios.
Yeah, I love to ask it to create something persuasive and unique, especially when it comes to something quick and hard hitting like a Google description, like a Google page description. If you go read ours, it's like women owned, just like something with, it's got a lot of high hitting buzzwords and keywords in it because it's got to be. I
Right.
mean,
It's
we don't,
searchable because it's Google.
right.
So, yeah. So you
So
want
if
to
someone's
get
looking
your
for a
keyword.
women owned marketing company, we going to come up.
Exactly. Mary Alice, like we've got to cut this because we try to keep them to 30 to 45 minutes. But Mary Alice, I saved something for you, and I think I want to turn it into a maybe next week's content. It's on user generated content. Like just did a
Podcast.
did a podcast on it, but when I saw this, like it fits perfectly in there, but it also fits for you. And I'm going to go find some other examples. But it is again in that like a very creative way to get yourself out there. So I know that's the tease. It might not be next week. It might be the next, but I definitely want to do it. Jessica doesn't even know about it. So she's probably like deer in headlights, but it is so stinking cool. So
I'm intrigued.
right.
Shameless plug. I just dropped the podcast link
Good, yeah.
in the chat because Jen hasn't been around in a while. You may not know, but the podcast is back and better than ever.
Yeah. Except it's sans Julie.
Well, that is certainly not why it's better than ever.
No, but I will join here and there. But we have had to employ the divide and
Divide
conquer.
and conquer. It's just like
Exactly.
having two kids. That's the way
Right.
Justin and I live right now. You take that
Exactly.
one, I'll take this one. We're gonna make it.
Exactly. And so that's why she doesn't know about this miraculous idea about this user-generated content.
No, I'm scared.
Yeah. All right. And shameless plug. So if you've missed this whole ChatGPT thing, Socially Sweet will write the prompts, help you. So if you're still lacking on some of the brain power on like just how to get it from the list that we just gave you, you can write ads. We've done the hard work. So you can write ads and email series. There's like 12 different email series you can write from there. I mean, it's like really, really amazing. So
what I love, and then we're cutting it after this. What I love about Socially Sweet is, you know how we give you a prompt, and for the last 5 years, people love to say, well, this prompt doesn't have anything to do with my business. Well, guess what? Now there's an AI writer right there. You can literally copy the prompt, post it in there, and say, rewrite to be relevant for a cool woman in Kentucky who makes her own elderberry syrup.
Exactly.
And it will literally spit out something unique.
Yep.
So
amazing.
Yeah.
So we do need to do that as a training too, like take one of our prompts and have it once you've fed the chat, which in ours, you don't have to feed the chat. Like everything about your business stays in the dashboard and it uses it every time. All right, we're stopping.
Water the chat, feed the chat, give
Exactly.
the chat some sun.
Don't let your chat die. What is it?
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
It was called something else. I really think it was Pocket Pals.
Pocket Pal.
Mine was a Pocket Pal, I think.
But I remember the Tamagotchi too. So maybe that was the competitor. So
I also had a Furby and I hated it because it would go at 2 a.m.
Yeah, I still have it. I could get it out of the closet right there. It's sitting right there right now. It's
next week.
Vintage one.
Wow. All right. Every one of them's vintage at this point.
Mine's real vintage. It's like from 82 or something. It's mine when I was little. Anyway. All right. We got to go. So
this was fun. Thank you, everybody.
It was.
Bye.
Bye.